Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to show the way to clear the 5th and final challenge battle of the Gacha Love Delivery event, Philanderer's Alliance, and I'm going to use as many point-up characters to do so as possible. So, here we go. In the video description, I will mention alternate characters that you can use, and they're mainly just replacing the DPS. For this clear, I'm going to use as many point-up characters as I possibly can. The only exception will be Tiaris. I considered bringing all meta as well, but my all meta is not built. She has 694 int. So I'm just going to use 5 point-up characters with Tiaris. And the party is going to have Landius with Move Again, Peace of Mind, and Routes. There's going to be Matthew with a faction buff, Roundabout, and Attack Command. He has 936 attack with a King's Crown and Last Rites. There's going to be Rachel with Dark Reaper, Lightning Strike, and Holy Word for maximum damage output. I'm going to have young Jessica bringing Divine Bestowment, Fireball, and Cleanse. Sophia will have Rewind, Mass Heal, and Heal. And finally, Tiaris will be here with the Attack Blessing, Miracle, and Heal. So, the main thing about this battle is that all the enemies have this Philanderer's Alliance passive, where allies within 2 blocks of him and themselves will get 1 stack of Unfaithful Lover, where all stats, excluding hit points, will be increased by 1%, and defense taken is reduced by 1%. It can be stacked, it ignores immunity, and it cannot be dispelled. The thing about this is, after around 7 turns, they will their skills will become improved. Okay? So, for example, Landius' skill will gain immunity to skills that prevent you from taking action, right? And it cannot be dispelled, and duration is extended to 2 turns. Matthew and Altemuller, who have an AoE skill, the AoE skill have their damage and range doubled. Right? So Matthew's skill becomes 2 ring with 0.72 times damage. Altemuller's skill becomes 0.72 times damage with, I guess, 4 blocks of themselves. Right? And then Lanford just has 2 single target strike skills. He's probably the least threatening, especially if you're using cavalry Landius, because it's going to be cavalry against infantry. So basically, the goal is to wipe out Landius, then wipe out Matthew, who has a sword dance that has a 2-turn cooldown, then wipe out Altemuller, and then finally mop up Lanford. That's most likely the situation. Okay. Any final points to mention? Well, because of the strategy I'm using, I'm going to need a little bit of luck in that Landius has to use his route skill on turn 1. If he uses Tranquility, he's going to be guarding his allies, which will not work. So this strategy of the characters I'm using will need Landius to route me right from turn 1. Alright, with all that said, let's begin. So what I'm going to do is initially I'm just going to move young Jessica up and have her Divine Bestowment. And then I'm going to have Landius charge forward and Peace of Mind. And since he's within 3 blocks of young Jessica, he'll get his talent buff of United Will. Next, let's move Rachel down a little bit, like so. I'm going to have Tiaris attack Blessing Rachel, because she's my primary damage dealer. Matthew is now going to move into range for Landius to attack. So, and faction buff. And the faction buff will buff up everybody but young Jess and Sophia. So she is going to cast Mass Heal to buff themselves. So there we are. So now Landius, as required, comes charging forward to attack. And Matthew also attacks with Air Slash, taking a whole bunch of damage. So they do get the Philanderer's Alliance buffs, but nothing I can do about that. So, my goal now is to keep Landius out of range to prevent him from using Tranquility. And this is why my Landius has Route. He is going to route attack the enemy Landius and push him forward, if you will. Right. Next, I'm going to have young Jessica toss out a Cleanse Strike at this Landius for now, to get some damage in. Let's have Tiaris now move over and cast Miracle. to maximize the damage output of everyone. So let's have Matthew now shift over and attack Landius. And end turn. And then Rachel is going to attack here with a lightning strike on Landius, doing 41,000 damage. And my Rachel is only 5 stars, not even 6 stars. So Landius is down to 49% hit points. I'm going to finally rewind everyone here, so that they can use the skills once again to take down Landius. So Landius melee attacks, takes a bunch of damage. Altemuller is going to come up. He may Raging Thunder, he may AoE. In my case, he Raging Thundered, so that's a luck element here. But, and then the others move up a bunch. So now my goal is to kill Landius and finish him off. So let's start with Rachel launching out a second single target strike, I guess. Actually, let's see. Yeah, right. Let's have young Jessica strike first. Then Rachel. Then Matthew. And then Landius is going to go for the finisher. So there we go. And now I'm actually going to have to position in a way to try to prevent this Matthew from doing too much damage to my party with the sword dance, because I'm expecting sword dance, AoE from Altemuller, AoE from Matthew, and then a single target strike from the enemy Lanford. So let's just place him here, for example. I'm going to have Sophia move up and cast Mass Seal. And then I have to decide how to position Tiaris. So it looks like he's going to sword dance my Sophia and Landius. And so I'm just going to have Tiaris maybe move back and attack Blessing. My Rachel once more. Okay. So Dragon's Breath, Sword Dance, and single target strike. All exactly as expected. So now let's kill. Or the target I have to kill now is Matthew, because I cannot afford to take the Philanderer's Sword Dance when it's coming. So let's figure that out. First, I'm going to... You know what, I think I'm just gonna have Landius just activate his Peace of Mind once more. Guard skill. Next, Sophia has to move because she has no healing right now. So maybe she'll just heal up. Either Landius or young Jess. You know what? Let's just heal young Jess. Okay, perfect. So Matthew is now going to move up and attack. So let's just do that. Or actually, let's Miracle first. I'm going to move and cast Miracle, maximizing damage output. So, and now I want to focus all my damage into Matthew. So that means, I guess my Matthew is going to start. Or rather, Sorry, I'm changing ideas constantly, but young Jessica first. While she still has the attack command buff from my Matthew. Then Matthew will attack. And probably move back in this case. And then Rachel will attack. Dark Reaper. Alright, taking a hit. Taking another hit. And then taking a Lanford hit. Okay, that's fine. So this turn is where I have to kill Matthew, presumably, and deal with what remains, while ideally forcing them to split up. So I'm just trying to see how to make this happen. Let's just start with... Let's see. The big problem is making them split up as well. Okay, why don't I try this? First, I'm going to have young Jessica end her turn so she can act again through her helmet, and she's going to fireball the Matthew in the north. Then my Matthew will attack the enemy Matthew, like so. Rachel will also attack. And then Landius is going to strike this Matthew and kill it off. And move into this position. Finally, Tiaris is just going to move over, like so, healing light. And why don't I just have... Tiaris? Or, yeah, so I'm just gonna cast Mass Heal with Sophia. So I haven't broken up their formation yet, they're still going to get buffed by each other, which means Altemuller now has 10 buffs, I guess, and Lanford has 6. That's fine though. I have 3 turns to kill Altemuller, because that's when his AoE recharges. So what does that mean? Well, first, I'm going to have Sophia heal up like so. Next, I'm going to have my Landius just... I think I need to route attack Altemuller away. And it's probably best to maybe just route him down. Like this. I am going to have my young Jessica now. Actually, let's see. If Matthew comes down and range attacks and ends turn, Rachel can come down and Holy Word attack and heal. I'm going to deactivate Divine Bestowments on young Jess so that she can start shifting out of the way. And maybe just fireball this Lanford. And let's have Tiaris attack blessing Rachel. So they've been split up quite a bit. Don't really have to worry about the way they work now. So far so good. 2 turns to kill Altemuller. For now, let's just keep attacking Alt with everything that I've got. Just trying to figure out how to position for my attacks. So maybe Matthew to start, like so. If I have Landius's guard will be down. So that means I'm probably going to place Sophia here and have her mass seal. That way Landius can melee strike alt and then move back up to guard. And Rachel can now Dark Reaper alt and young Jessica can range attack Lanford, and finally Tiaris will just enter. That way Landius takes the hit from alt, healing light, takes the hit from Lanford, whatever. They're close to each other again. It doesn't matter because I'm going to kill Altemuller this turn anyways. He's at 9% and he's dead. So for range attack, I can just move up like this perhaps. And if I have just a cleanse attack here, down goes ult. And that just leaves now Lanford. So I can have Landius melee attack, and then turn. Rachel can shift over, strike. Tiaris is just going to healing light people, I guess. And I might as well rewind. To refresh skills. So Lanford, melee attack, kills himself, ending the battle. And there we are. And then that will give me the rewards, and more importantly, 3,000 I guess points. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this video useful to you. And on that note, Nitro out.